Well, I'm continuing to work on this door here. I've got a kind of a mess right here where the skin didn't really fit it. I welded this thing in, and I've got this gap pretty straight now, up and down here. I got this bottom kind of welded. Having problems with it because, of course, the lead was on it. But this place right here was really thin and bad, so I welded a piece of metal in there, a 1/2 inch chunk, and I'm gonna just try to bondo this whole area up right here. It's nothing but skin. There's nothing behind it here, so I'm just going to kind of fill that area with bondo and do my best to sand it down, and that should be good enough for this. I've got this door patched up pretty good. I sort of made me a lump here out of bondo. I haven't rounded it off yet. I have to do that by hand, but it's solid and filled back into here. I need to clean up all this area here. Got some holes in it. I got quite a bit of bondo here in this place. I kind of roughed this up here. By the way, this is the color I'm going to paint it. Do it Rat Rod Bob style. Dark blue with black antiquing effects on it. Anyway, I'm going to try to get this whole area here with a thin coat. Main goal is to straighten this door up right here and basically get that place there where it's welded and ground. Just this general area. It's a lot of work, try to do a whole car, so I'm just going to try to stay on one place here for a while. Well, this turned out pretty good. Turned out the other side just a flat piece of metal here, so I can just round this off. I covered the whole thing with bondo here, and it's been sanded down with 80 grit or 40 grit. It's straight. So this side is kind of done. I got a few low spots. Tomorrow I'll move on this door, get it all dead straight across there, and probably move on to that back door gap. I worked on this a little bit. I found that just using flat board there with 80 grit, and be careful, don't go into the metal because that chews up the sandpaper. Just take my time. It hogs this bondo off real good and flat, and so it's moving along. It's not taking near as long to get it straight as I usually take. Could be this bondo sanding pretty easy too. So this side's pretty much straight. I decided I'm gonna use this thing here for my window channel, and I'm gonna use 1/2 inch angle iron and I'm going to put it right in the middle of that 1-inch bar, and that's going to be my windshield. I still don't know what I'm going to do with this this top here. I haven't tried to sort out any of the oil canning or anything up in the roof. I'm going to wait till I get the whole roof on and see what it looks like. But that's what I'll do tomorrow, is I'll go down to the steel place. They haven't got my roof plasma cut yet, but I did get some tires on it. These are 14s. It's awfully low. That's a 8-inch block there, and I'm almost hitting the block, so I don't have a lot of clearance. Car sets really low. Yep, gonna be low and slow. I think it's probably about 6 inches off the ground there in the front, but the wheels they're gonna be all right. I got a mixture of studs, so I got some unilug wheels coming. I had to grind the brakes off just a little bit because they were touching the wheel. I probably took a 1/16 of an inch just for them to clear. The other one clears okay, but this one drug a little. Anyway, this is starting to look tight like a car now, and I just keep working and moving around. I don't know if I'll get to the other side tomorrow or not, but do the best I can. Like and subscribe, guys. Tell a friend. Sure like to get more subscribers. Thanks a lot. Well, I got my roof laid out here. It's actually pretty straight. I've got this side where it's going down in past my wells, and I've got a curved place right in here, and I have to cut this off. But I went over there to the other side and I kind of ground all my spot wells back. In here, I'm pretty good. It's not hitting anything, and the roof's going down to the metal. About this area here is starting to hang on some of these wells, and you can see it's up. Thickness of the metal. So I have to take my cutoff tool and come in here and kind of open this up. You can see over there on that side I still got quite a few dents. I thought I would just take that skin loose from the middle all the way to the edge there. This seems to be my straightest and best side, so that's what I'm going to try to work on, is getting this in here and flat and tack it in. I don't have to cut this off. It's going to be somewhat of a problem chasing this piece of metal around here. Every time I weld it, of course, it's gonna stretch or shrink, but I'll just get it cleaned up best I can where it's not hitting anything. Like I can see it's hitting this weld right here. So I did the other side. I'm going to go ahead and clean this side up. get it to lay down, I'll try to put clamps in it up here in front to sort of hold it, and then I'll see what I can do about marking this back place. I got overhang here, probably 3/4 of an inch. When I measured this, it measured pretty square, but when I went corner to corner on a trapezoid, it was a little crooked. So what I've got here now is this back is overhanging a little. Doesn't make any difference because this whole back is not straight. I've got like an inch here, an inch and a half over there. So that's why I cut this metal an inch long. So that'll give me enough room. It's much better to try to cut off a piece than it is try to fill a hole. Anyway, I'll clean up this edge here and see what I can do about welding this in. It's going to look kind of weird because this is going to be lower than this. I don't know how much of this I'm going to be able to fill with bondo. Probably not much, but this outside edge is up against well, it's actually not touching that. I'm not sure what I'll do about that. Maybe after I get the roof in, I may split it again right here along this line, pull it down. Don't know, but main thing is I got to try to get this roof in here to where it's not being held up. And then I'll try to work on some of these dents and stuff up here. I got this roof sorted out. I got it where it's laying down flat all the way around. I clamped it there in front so it didn't travel. I had to cut off a piece, you can see it laying there right here, to fix this one corner. I put a vise there in the middle right where the cross brace goes. It's pretty heavy. This is a stabilizer arm out of my mill over there. It's pretty heavy. It probably weighs 40-50 pounds, and it's squishing that down in there pretty good. So it's all laying down the way it should. I cut that side over there on the far side loose, knocked out some of them dents. I'll have to trim that up and pull it in and weld that side. But basically I can get underneath and weld the middle just where it'll hold on this crossbar here. That'll keep my curve good, and probably tack this centerpiece in a couple places, and then I can start tacking on the outside here. But I think it's all going to be good. I can see a pretty decent curve in it. Metal's laying down flat. I don't have no hoopty-doos. Looks like I might have one right there, but once I can tack the center in, I'll take those weights off of there, and that'll let that sheet metal go back to where it's supposed to go. Anyway, about ready to start tacking. Well, I got it in and tacked. I cut off 1/16 of an inch off of this, and I clamped a piece of angle iron on it to hold it flat, kind of force this in. It's a lot better than it was. It's still got a lot of dents in it, but I have probably a little better luck heat shrinking it, but it basically looks real good. Looks like my jack's leaking oil. Anyway, it's in. Looks pretty decent. Got my curve down the middle, turned out all right. It's got just a little bit of a kink right here in the front. I'll finish tacking that up and probably knock that out. Basically done. Well, it looks like I'm going to have to put another brace in here. This section here is just too far. So I don't have any more 1/2 inch, so I'm going to use round rod. The way the whole thing is designed is that's a straight shot from the middle to the edge, but I'm going to put a little curve in it, just a little bit. That'll give it a little less chance of buckling. And I just used 2 round rods right in the middle there. And I think that'll be good enough. I might cut my weld loose before I put those in, just to bring that middle up. I mean, it looks good. Anyway, I was kind of wondering about that. That's an awful big flat place with no brace, so I cut it in half. That'll be good enough, and it'll be a little better when I finish welding up this top too. Anyway, cut me a couple pieces of round rod and stick it there and see what it does. Well, here it is, welded up all the way around. Look, I got a little dent right there in the front, need to take care of. And I got to put that other round rod across there. But that side looks a lot better than it did. Took quite a bit of welding. I used filler rod on most of it, so it's going to be, looks like I got some more to do right here. But Mr. Roof is in. Kind of anticlimactic. You know, everything kind of depended on the roof, Now it's done. It's just a flat piece. It looks a lot better when I get it ground up. Throw some bondo on it. But that's good enough for today. Took me pretty much all day to get it in. Man, I got a big old kink here still. I need to do something about that. And when I was pulling this down, I wound up with a big nasty kink right here. I kind of heated it up and beat it out. I'll just fill that with bondo. I don't know how that got in there, but it did. So don't look that great right now, but I think a shot of bondo on this thing will make it real straight. Looks pretty good overall. Flat, slight curve to it. I don't think it'll puddle or hold water. Good enough. I started ground this side up. Started putting bondo on it. Yeah, it's going to take a bit. It's not going to be perfect, but I think hopefully it'll be good enough. We'll just try to do the best we can. I'll grind the rest of this back off over here, and then we'll throw a crow across the back of this in bondo. It's slowly looking better. Looks like I still got a pretty big dent right here in this area. Yeah, I can see it here too. But the rest of it's starting to look pretty good. We've got a little caved in spot back there in the roof. I don't know what I'll do. Probably just hammer it a little and raise it up. I'm getting this back pretty good. Almost got rid of that dent. I knocked most of it out, but they start to show up when you start cleaning it up. So I think that one will be good. I kind of got this one fixed, and I'm starting to work on this side here a little. I got it quite a bit straighter. I haven't ground off the top of this yet on this side. I kind of hate to do it with wet bondo because that grit just goes in and sticks. Can't get rid of it. But I'm about out of this can here. I think this can will finish the roof. And I ordered a new gallon. It's up there by the front of the car. I think that'll be enough to finish up everything. And I got me some pretty good sized spreaders. I'm just putting it on right now with a little one. But roof's coming along. Just takes a lot of time. Well, that's I put what I hope is almost a final coat. Look like they're going to be a little bit of holes in here still. The other side looks pretty good. I'm not going to worry about getting on this roof perfectly straight. It's looks good from the front and the back. It's almost straight. I could spend days on a roof. I know I've done it before. But it's pretty straight across there. I need to do a little bit more on this side. This one's good enough. I think I'll call that good for now on the roof. I might knock this off and put a little more on it. On second thought, you know, now that I'm looking at it, I should put more of a curve in the top. Only got a 1/2 inch in there. I probably should have put an inch. And but wasn't sure what was going to happen with the flat part. I think it's good enough. I've got so much other stuff to do. I gotta cut up my firewall. I got the joint for the steering here, and I got my latch delivered today for the trunk. Firewall will be fairly straightforward. I'm back to the so much to do, don't know where to start business. But this roof was kind of a major deal. Took me a couple days, and I'm still not done with it. I see a few dents in it. I'll try to knock them out best I can. You need to finish up my door here. Finish this up. And of course I've still got my visor I don't know what to do about. I used up all my metal. I used my 3/8 rod in there to brace the roof. Used my 1/4 inch rod to brace the trunk back there. I do have a piece of 1/2 inch angle. I need to make something for the windshield. That's fairly straightforward. Maybe I ought to do that. Make me a windshield frame. Or start working on that firewall. Six of one, 1/2 dozen of the other. Got quite a bit of work there for the firewall. It's got to be cut to size. And then I got to mark a hole and drill that and mount the steering arm. I believe I cut this or measured it where it'll go all the way down to the frame, and the floorboard will butt up against it. It looks like I've got plenty enough to do that. I have to figure out some way of making a template there for the transmission tunnel. I guess I could do that. I could make me a transmission tunnel and cut that out, and see where I'm at on the size after that.